We are here on sacred ground, on hallowed ground. Hallowed not by any consecration, but hallowed by what happened here. Behind us is Crematorium number 4. It is where thousands upon thousands were murdered. Afterwards, we'll have an Maleh Rachamim, after which we will say Kaddish together, after which there are candles here. Please take one, please light it, please place it wherever you would like, and as you do, look behind us at what we are witnessing. Following that, we will have Mincha. 5 years ago, Moshe Ronen's father was here, and he said Kaddish for his family. Today, Moshe is saying Kaddish here for his father as well. After which, we will have an opportunity for a few minutes to walk behind us and look around. The building that you see behind us is a central sauna. That is where the clothing and other elements were sorted out. And with that, Psalm 23 at Auschwitz. A psalm to the emptiness. No shepherd, only foes. No festive table, only bitter soup, moldy bread. No green pastures, no still waters, only blood-drenched, rat-infested mud. He is always hungry, she is always cold, their heads anointed by blows, shadows walking through the valley of death, Adonai's fog-wrapped house forever. Not long after the gruesome reality of the Shoah had burst onto the world's consciousness, the philosopher and social theorist Theodor Adorno famously observed that writing poetry after Auschwitz was barbaric. Nach Auschwitz ein Gedicht zu schreiben ist barbarisch. Less well known, but equally, if not even more insightful, was Adorno's subsequent conclusion that Auschwitz itself constituted nothing less than a, and I quote, relapse into barbarism. The fact is that to be valid, anything written or said about Auschwitz, whether poetry or prose, must first and foremost encapsulate and reflect the barbaric essence of Auschwitz. The same holds true for the Shoah as a whole. Auschwitz and all the horrors it represents and encompasses must be seen as an absolute deviation from the fundamental norms of civilization and civilized behavior that transcends all ordinary human experience. It requires us to confront and try to come to terms with the unprecedented, the unfathomable, and above all, the inexplicable. Perhaps the most cogent context for this inexorable immersion into the unknown was given by my late friend and mentor Elie Wiesel, who explained that, and I quote again, Auschwitz signifies not only the failure of 2,000 years of Christian civilization, but also the defeat of the intellect that wants to find a meaning with a capital M in history. What Auschwitz embodies has none. We need poems, songs, and parables. We need a Kafkaesque imagination of dreams and nightmares to be able to penetrate the nocturnal universe of Auschwitz and Birkenau, of Treblinka, Majdanek, and Bergen-Belsen, of Belzec, Chelmno, Sobibor, and Terezin. A barrack wall somewhere here at Auschwitz-Birkenau contained the following harrowing inscription. Andreas Rappaport lived 16 years. Try to imagine this boy realizing that he was about to die as he tried to leave a sign, a memory of his existence on earth. Andreas Rappaport was the author of his own eulogy. his own Kaddish. Andreas Rappaport lived 16 years. Andreas Rappaport, abandoned, alone, afraid. Andreas Rappaport, hungry, in pain. Andreas Rappaport, gas-filled lungs. Andreas Rappaport, incinerated, black smoke, ashes. They burn the fires of the night, exploding the sky's blackness, scorching heaven. The flames devour flesh, char bones, drink blood, each corpse reminding God, here is another Job whose wealth you cannot replace, who will not have 7 more sons and 3 more daughters. The flames silence prayers, shatter dreams, evaporate tears, each soul reminding God, here is another song you will not hear again, you can never again create. They burn the fires of the night, exploding the world's blackness, scorching us. One night in Birkenau in mid-October 1943, during the festival of Sukkot, my father smuggled a tiny apple into the barrack, so that the Zawiercie Rov, the highly respected rabbi of the Polish city of Zawiercie, could recite the Kiddush blessing at the end of a clandestine prayer service. Throughout the prayers, my father recalled the aged Rav stared at the apple, obviously conflicted. As the service came to an end, he picked up the apple and said, in Yiddish, almost to himself, In über dem soll ich jetzt sagen, ve'achalta ve'savata u'verachta et Hashem Elokecha. And over this I should now say, and you will eat, and you will be satisfied, and you will bless your God. Ich will nicht essen, I will not eat, he said, weil ich will nicht satt sein, because I will not be satisfied, und ich will nicht benchen, and I refuse to bench to sanctify God. And with that, the Zawiercie Rov put down the apple and turned away. The Zawiercie Rov never lost his faith in God. Like the Hasidic master Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, however, he was profoundly, desperately angry with God, and this anger caused him to challenge God and God's authority from the innermost depths of his being. One evening, around the same time, my father and a group of Jews from Zawiercie were sitting in their barrack when the Zawiercie Rov suddenly said, again in Yiddish, Ihr weist, you know, der Rebbeinu shel Olam ken sein a Ligner. The master of the universe can be a liar. Asked how this could possibly be, the rabbi explained, if God were to open his window now and look down and see us here, he would immediately look away and say, Ich hab das nicht getan. I did not do this. And that, the Zawiercie Rov said, would be the lie. A refusal to forgive the death by gas of a child in Birkenau. Whom should I forgive? Why should I forgive? How can I forgive? Children, hundreds of children, thousands upon thousands of children, hundreds of thousands of children, more than 1 million children, starved, beaten, typhus-ridden, shot, hung, gassed. But I see one child, only one child, always one child, always the same child, a 5.5-year-old boy, Benjamin, my mother's son, my mother's child, his ashes diffused toward the stars, almost 3 years before I was born. Once upon a time, my brother used to laugh, used to play, used to sing, used to have tomorrows. But that was before the train, before arrival at a place with a German name, before one last hug, one last kiss, before he went with his father and grandparents into a blackness without end. Whom should I forgive? Why should I forgive? How can I forgive? Toward the end of 1943, my father was transferred from Birkenau to the sub-camp of Auschwitz, Lagisza, near his hometown of Będzin in southern Poland, not far from here. Sometime in the late spring of 1944, he managed to escape from there and was hidden by a Polish friend. His freedom was short-lived. On his way to get forged papers to enable him to get to Hungary, he was recaptured by German soldiers looking for someone else. He was first taken back to Lagisha, where he was severely beaten, and then returned to Auschwitz, where he was tortured repeatedly for months in Block 11, the notorious death block where we were earlier today. The Germans wanted to give him the name of the Pole who had hidden him, something my father stubbornly refused to do, a stubbornness that I am certain saved his life. For the remainder of the war, through 3 other camps, my father was forced to wear a uniform with a special red circle, the so-called Fluchtpunkt, identifying him as an escapee. At one point, Jakob Kojalczyk, the capo of Block 11, publicly gave my father 250 vicious lashes at the direction and under the supervision of an SS doctor. In late September 1944, September 26 to be exact, the same Kojalczyk, the same Jakob, wanted my father to conduct the Yom Kippur service. Emaciated, starved, my father chanted Kol Nidre from memory in the death block of Auschwitz, and then led the prayers there that evening and the following day for his fellow prisoners. As a reward, Kojalczyk gave my father and the other inmates at Block 11 an extra bowl of soup to break the fast. It is surreal to imagine Block 11 transformed, if only for 24 hours, into a sanctuary where Jews condemned to die prayed while the gas chambers of nearby Birkenau still function in full force. I have always wondered whether God himself was praying alongside my father throughout that Yom Kippur in 1944. Let us bear in mind that nothing about Auschwitz, nothing about Birkenau, nothing about the Shoah for that matter, was logical or made sense. Our task, our mission, today and always, is not to try to understand, but to remember. Meditation on a ghost child. He drifts aimlessly through the snow above the snow. The ghost child does not know who he is, who he was, if he was. He does not speak, cannot speak, and because he no longer knows how to speak, refuses to speak. He cannot understand, cannot recognize, cannot hear words, laughter, screams, certainly not prayers. He will not sanctify, glorify, forgive, curse. He does not know how many minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years he has drifted aimlessly through the snow, above the snow, drenched by rain, scorched under an August sun, over grass, flowers, like the last flowers he saw before, but always between decaying wooden walls. He no longer remembers a smile, a hug, a kiss, only faint echoes of a lullaby. Another ghost child walks toward him, beside him. They do not see each other, do not touch, no matter. They know they once heard the same lullaby, became the same ashes, dissipated into the same grayness. 2 ghost children drift aimlessly through the snow, above the snow. Reuven.
Maleh Rachamim soichen b'marayim hamotze menucha nechoina al kanfei hashchina be'emalos kedoshim v'tahorim Kezayha harikia mazhirim Eskol nishmas kol 6 milyonei Yehudim חללי השואה באירופה, שנהרגו, שנשחטו, שנשרפו ונספו על קידוש השם בידי המרצחים הגרמנים הנאצים יימח שמם בעזריהם משאר העמים. לכן בעל הרחמים יסתירים בססר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור בצרור החיים אס נשמעיהם. אדוני הונח לסם, בגן עדן תהיה מנוחסם, ויעמדו לגורלם לקץ הימים. ונאמר אמן.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחי איכון וביום איכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתבורך וישתבח ויתפואר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.